What's up? Today we got an amazing day planned. I asked you guys to ask me a bunch of questions and today I'm gonna answer them. Bam, bam, bop. Super simple. Today is the first day back wearing the beaters. I'm finally cut enough to the point where I can actually wear beaters again in the gym and not look absolutely atrocious like a dumpster fire. Well, I guess we'll see, because I ate a ton of carbs before this. You guys have already seen my full day of eating where I ate my meal number 2 and my pre-workout meal. So you've seen what those are. Those are my heaviest carbohydrate meals, and I kind of put them together in one. So I'm not gonna lie, my stomach's kind of freaking out right now, trying to digest all of these carbs. I feel like I'm one of those keto wizards, one of those people that are always complaining about that shit, but who cares? We're gonna have a great pump today. That's what that means. Unfortunately though, we are gonna have a little bit of bloating on the way there. First question, I'm not looking at my phone because I got shit on the last time I looked at my phone while driving. Don't look at your phone while driving, kids. First question was Alex Eubank hopping on test. What do I think about it? Will I be hopping on test? The answer might shock you. Just kidding. No, it won't. I'm staying natty. What do I think about him hopping on test? Honestly, I think it's great. This is my game plan. I'm gonna tell you my game plan about what I wanna do regarding any sort of PED usage in the future. But yeah, Alex Eubanks hopping on gear, that's fucking awesome. You just kind of get tired of doing the same BS all the time and getting minimal results. The shitty part about lifting as a natty that not many people talk about too much is that once you get to a certain point, there is a capped potential, your natty limit to how big and strong you can get before you start to decline. It's a lot longer in age. So if you're still in your 20s, you don't gotta worry about it. Good for him. If it's gonna get him super into the gym, then and you wanna do like a mild dosage of testosterone, I think he's also doing HCG and something else, not that deep, then dude, I think you should 100% do that. The people that I have a problem with hopping on tests are the people that don't already have everything else aligned with. So if you aren't consistently, damn, I just stuttered so bad. That's so stupid. All right, it's been 6 days since I filmed one of these. Give me a second. If you don't have stress, sleep, nutrition, consistency with workouts, and NEAT, your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, basically just meaning that you're active a little bit outside of the gym. If you don't have everything else in line, then there's no point of hopping on steroids because number 1, they're gonna fuck you up. Number 2, they're not gonna do anything. You aren't gonna get insane progress. I know a bunch of kids that are, holy shit, Lamborghini. Man, my ADHD is terrible today. All right, I know a ton of kids that are on steroids. Not a ton of kids. I know like 5 kids that are on steroids. 4 of them, I don't understand why they're on steroids because they don't have everything in line first. If you aren't consistent with those other things that I mentioned previously, then you are not gonna be consistently making results and it's gonna do horrible things to your body, especially the nutrition aspect. I cannot emphasize that enough. For example, if you don't have the best sleep and you have all the other things taken care of, then yeah, you're still gonna make some results because steroids, the right ones, will actually help speed up your recovery, so they can help you out a lot with that, and sleep is where you do all of your recovery. So if you're not sleeping as much, but you have the steroids, then they kind of help with the sleep. If you don't have nutrition, you're not doing shit. It doesn't matter. Especially if you're drinking alcohol. If you're drinking and you're going and you're putting that shit into your body, you're not gonna be making as much results as a completely dedicated natural lifter, depending on your dosage, right? I mean, if you fully blast a shit ton of stuff that's gonna have your kidneys failing within 2 months, then yeah, you will probably make more gains, but whatever. Here's my road. This is what I wanna do when it comes to pinning shit later on in life. In my opinion, and this is gonna be a hot take, but I think that once you turn like 29 or 30, I will probably hop on testosterone. I don't see there being any problem with that. I mean, your levels at a certain point, if you're a guy, they start to decline naturally anyways. So there's really no point in feeling slightly shittier over time. And although yes, you can have higher testosterone levels if you do the right things, if you're active, if you're happy, if you're stress-free, if you're, you know, working out here and there, yeah, you will have higher testosterone levels than other people who are just fat sacks of potatoes. You're just gonna feel great, and you would take a low, smart dosage that's prescribed from a doctor. I don't see any problem with that. Plus he's taking HCG, which basically, if you don't know what HCG is, that's kind of just means that your balls aren't gonna shrivel up. Something from your pituitary gland that's gonna tell your body, hey, let's not stop producing testosterone just because we're getting this influx of it that you're injecting into yourself. Let's make sure that our balls don't completely turn into raisinets. Really, everybody should hop on HCG. I'm not in any way advocating that any kids or anybody who hasn't fully done the research do any sort of cycle, especially since I haven't done any sort of cycle. This leads me into my next topic, which was I was actually thinking of doing my first thing of BPC 157 mixed with TB 500. A couple other content creators have been doing this. I've done my research for a little over a year now, and as you guys know, I have a really fucked up elbow. I don't know what's wrong with it, but I've been having elbow problems problems for well over a year. It really limits me on how much weight I can do. I feel like if I go anything lower than like the weight I use for 12 or 15 reps on any sort of tricep extension machine, any cables, especially any free weights, then I usually have a lot of flare-ups. What these two peptides do, BPC 157 and TP 500, they are fantastic because it's basically like when you combine those two together, first of all, it's something that's already in your stomach that heals inflammation. It's naturally occurring. So if I put it into my elbow, it's not gonna make me get fucking jacked. It's basically just gonna help me get rid of my pain and a lot of my inflammation and a lot of the problems that I'm having. And yes, I've done the rehab, and yes, I've gone to see multiple people. I've done acupuncture, I've done electro stim therapy. Don't even get me started on rehab. You know I crush rehab. So I'm just thinking, you know, at this point, you know, if I do those 2 injections, that this could actually be really beneficial to me. And since it won't affect my natty status, depending on how you look at it, I mean, you could say that technically, you know, if you do take that stuff, then you're on steroids, you are injecting something into yourself for your own benefit of recovering faster. But that recovery is just gonna be in one area to help me reduce pain, then I don't think it's that big of a deal. I mean, you're not gonna see me pin myself and then all of a sudden I'm gonna get super jacked. That's just not how steroids work, number one. The stuff that I'm injecting doesn't even do that in any sort of sense. So that's kind of my roadmap. We covered a lot of stuff, but the best thing that you can do, and this is coming from, again, a natural who has very little experience in this area. I only know research. I have done nothing personally. You should always start with the lowest dosages and just work your way up, because I think that it's a lot better than blasting and then getting side effects that you weren't ready for. Anyways, I forgot to mention also, I am like 217.6 pounds this morning. So your boy's getting lean, hence the wife beater. I'm gonna have a little bit of a barrel when I'm in the gym, most likely. That's why I brought a pump cover, because I'm, you know, I just carbed the hell up. It's a great day. I highly recommend these beaters. You're gonna see them when I'm in the gym. I'll probably do a posing to show you, but 217 pounds, that means technically I am 17 pounds down. It's been less than 2 months. I'm down 17 pounds. My sleep is amazing. I feel great. I am off 350 milligrams of caffeine, if you can't tell. I'm fucking amped up. Shoulders and triceps, it's going down. I'm so fired up for this. I'm gonna see y'all in there. All right, I'll be lying if I said that the Smith machine wasn't the most underutilized and wasn't the best machine that you could have. If I could only have one machine the rest of my life, Smith machine, not even close. As much as I want to throw 110 pounds over my head for reps, my elbow does not want me to. So we are going to be transitioning into doing the Smith machine for our main compound front delt movement. And I'm gonna answer some questions that y'all asked me. So let's get into it. All right, pro tip when you're doing this, you wanna basically position yourself so that you're as close to this bar as possible. You obviously don't wanna hit your face on the bar, but you also wanna put this at less than a 90-degree angle. A lot of people like to do it at a 90 or even like an 80, 85. I prefer doing a 75-degree angle with the bench. It helps line up your front delts a lot better, and it puts less strain on your lower back. And then you come down to chin level. So honestly, I have a lot of space in between my head and the bar. So I'm gonna scoot the bench a little bit closer. That's pretty damn close. So that means it's perfect. Do a couple more warm-up reps and we'll get into that first working set. First one, girlfriend. Do I have a girlfriend? No, I do not have a girlfriend. I'm lonely as fuck, and I actually like it that way. I feel like I'm making a lot of progress in my life, and a lot of the times when you have a girlfriend, if you're a really goal-oriented person, a big portion of yourself and a big portion of your time, you're gonna have to allot to worrying about and caring about this other human being, and I think that a relationship is a beautiful thing if you're both goal-oriented and you both are really focused on yourselves and each other. It can always be harmonious, and if you are somebody who has, in their eyes, limited time and have high hopes to become super successful, then I feel like sometimes, especially if you're in your early 20s, it's just not in the right cards for you at the moment for you to have a girlfriend. Also, the people who say that it's not the right time, but then they still are looking, then it's not the wrong time, it's just the wrong person. Sorry about the sweat stains, this is an old hoodie. Let's go. This is 245. Since I haven't done this, my first time doing this in months, we're gonna see what our strength standard is, and then we'll move up from there hopefully during this cut. Got heavy quick. definitely could not get another rep. 6 reps to 0 RAR. That is the baseline metric that we're going to be using. Next question. Most effective way to lose weight in your face. Lose weight everywhere. You can't spot reduce fat, unfortunately. You can lose fat and lose weight overall. So if you're trying to make your face less chubby, unfortunately, all the mewing in the world isn't gonna save you if you are overweight. Most basic advice I can give you, lose weight. And if you don't know how to do that, you can head over to dirkgerman.com and I'll show you how. Or just keep watching these videos. I teach you how to do that pretty much easily anyways. Not easily, simply, not easy. Where are you from? San Diego, born and raised. Hot topic. I think the sunsets over the mountains are a lot better than the sunsets on the water. Maybe it's because I grew up with it over the water, but the sunsets over the mountains cast way better shadows in Arizona. And I think that the pink light in the sky and the different contrast of colors, ranging from you not being able to see the sun because it's behind the mountains, and then the colors that light up the sky as it gets darker and darker and darker. Most beautiful thing ever. Do you choose to train during the morning or during the afternoon? If you're results orientated, you'll train during the afternoon. If training is a second priority to your life to other goals, then training in the morning is also perfectly fine. You're just not gonna be as strong. Do you do stretches before / after working out? This is kind of where I disagree with a lot of people, but I don't think that stretching is that important. I think stretching is extremely important if you have range of motion issues, because it's important to get the full range of motion to be able to work whatever your muscles are in a full stretch. For stretching, I don't need to do that. Weird way to say it, but I don't need to stretch. I'm able to get a full range of motion in almost every lift that I do, so it's not that big of a priority for me. Every once in a while, I'll do like a quick 2-minute, 3-minute dynamic warm-up before a leg day if I'm feeling extra stiff. But before this, really all I ever do is walk on the treadmill for 5 minutes. The most scientifically backed way to reduce injury likelihood is just to increase your internal body temperature before you start your workouts. So whatever method or modality of exercise you want to do that, that's totally up to you. I choose to do low intensity cardio. Let's see how this works out. I don't have a pump yet, don't judge. Squidhaus wife beaters, baby. Softest in the game. Feels like I'm naked. Somebody commented on my last vlog, Eva lifting in the gym, and it's like the smiley face emoji, and then it's like me lifting in the gym and I look like a horrendous troll who's dying. That's really, really real. I wish somebody didn't comment that. One of the biggest things when you're in a cut is that a lot of the times people like to go a little bit lighter on their weights and they like to increase their reps, because you're gonna feel like you have more muscular endurance and you're not gonna feel as strong. So it's only natural that you would wanna do more reps to get a better pump and to feel better about yourself for how weak you become. But you only become weak if you actually stop weight training heavy. I just got 7 reps there, I think 6 or 7. I did not believe that I was gonna get that many, but you shock yourself. The only time you really shock yourself with strength is when you're in a cut. You'll either be like, if you're cutting properly, you'll be like, wow, I'm actually a lot stronger than I feel. If you're not cutting properly, then you're like, holy shit, I feel weak. I'm going to failure. Can you burp on command? What's your party trick? I just did it. What inspired you to lift? Damn, I'm just rifling through these. I really wanted to be strong enough to play football in the NFL. When I was in high school, I was smaller than almost everybody else. So I just started working my ass off, got bigger, got some recognition from some girls, some of my friends. It was awesome. Then I just kind of ran with it, injured myself, and just focused on lifting instead of sports full time. The thing that blew my gains the most is getting cheated on. If you want to get big, do your best to get your heart broken, and you'll most likely get big. How many calories should I eat to lose fat and build muscle? It kind of depends. You can lose fat and build muscle in a calorie deficit, at a calorie surplus, or your maintenance calories. It all depends on your experience and if you're doing the proper training, but I can't give you a specific without your specifics, your biostats, and then I can help give you like a setup program and plan to follow, but unfortunately, without all that individualistic information, can't really help you. So I suggest going to dirkgerman.com, getting yourself a fine little coach to help you out. Moving on to dumbbell lateral raises. This is a beautiful exercise. I'm really excited to do it because not only does it work your side delts, but it also works part of your front delt, your trap, forearm, bicep. Your entire arm is pretty much gonna get lit up while you're doing this. So this is probably my favorite exercise if you're just trying to get jacked AF, as in gym bro terms. Other than gym, anything in life, gaming, girlfriend, best friends, traveling, or just gym. I'm assuming that this question, first of all, this made no sense. No offense to Alikino, but
but you worded this really weird. The gym is probably one of my, it's not a least favorite topic to talk about anyways, but I just get kind of tired of talking about it in my life outside of vlogging. I'm a coach, right? So I talk about it with people all day. I work out usually for an hour and 15 to an hour and a half, and then I do cardio for usually 20 minutes to 30 minutes every day. On top of that, if I'm filming, it's gonna be all longer. I edit and post gym footage. My life is all thanks to what the gym has given me or what I've worked for in the gym. And I love the gym very much so, but you can realize how if your entire life was something, then you might not want to talk about it all the time outside of the gym. So there's a lot of stuff that I like to do outside of the gym. I really love sports. I absolutely love sports. Unfortunately, I have a torn ACL, so I can't do any sports, but I do like watching sports. I love hanging out with my friends and doing anything activities-wise, mini golfing, bowling, fucking laser tag. I mean, I love surfing. I really love watching movies. I love music. I feel like one of those Facebook moms who puts everything that they do besides having a job in their bio, like dog mom, mother of 2 beautiful kids, painting enthusiast, you know, like that stupid shit they have in their bio. That's hypocritical. But yeah, I'm also really into anime, and I've been playing, I don't play video games for the most part, but I did start playing this game called Wizard 101, which is really nostalgic for me. It's like kind of like playing Minecraft. I don't think it's a great thing to do for the productivity, but me and my roommate love playing it, so I like partying. I don't party, but I do like to party. What's my weightlifting goal? To get a little bit leaner. Right now I don't have a pump, but I want to get to the point where I used to be like a couple summers ago when I was super diced. That's the goal. So right now I'm 217, got to get to 210, and then we'll reevaluate from there. Also, I'm super excited because after Halloween's up, I'm going to give myself a refeed. I'm going to go to all you can eat sushi. Maybe I'll film it, maybe I won't, we'll see. But I'm just going to carb the hell up, and the next day I'll definitely film that workout. Right now I'm carb depleted, which is why I look a little small, not very masculine. You know, I don't really have much of a pump, unfortunately. Like the day before matters so much with how you look in the gym. It's like if I wouldn't have had all you can eat sushi yesterday, today I'd be looking my fullest and my best. But unfortunately, since yesterday I didn't eat that much, you're not gonna be looking as good. What did y'all ask me? Besides the obvious, make an OnlyFans, please make an OnlyFans. No, Alan, no, Gaston, I will not make an OnlyFans. Can you peck bounce? LGBTQ ally, do it bounce. Bro, I don't wanna expose people, but these are genuine questions that I get. Let's see if this focuses. Look at these fucking, it's just all, make a OF, make a OF. I'm not making a fucking OF. I would have to have, you know what, no, never mind. I'm not making OF. I'm not making OF. How much money would I have to make to fuck off and make an OF? Because once you make an OF, all doors are closed and you respect yourself a little bit less. No offense to my OnlyFans creators out there, but best advice you can give someone looking back now in regards to working out by Samir. Appreciate you, Samir. We got a real question right here. Best advice looking back now. If you are someone who's just starting, meaning that you have not worked out at least consistently for 3 years, at least, assuming you're not completely overweight, first of all, if you are overweight, recomp and get to a point where you're not overweight anymore. And then once you're at that basic point in your life where you can either choose to cut, bulk, or maintain, go for the bulk. Doesn't matter if you're a girl, doesn't matter if you're a guy, doesn't matter if you are trying to lose fat, doesn't matter if you're more focused on getting shredded. Highly recommend going for a bulk for the first 3 years that you work out. That's what I did. It was the best possible thing I could have done, because if you lean bulk properly, you will be able to put on so much muscle within those first 3 years. And so many people make the mistake of being like, oh, I put on a little bit of muscle, now I gotta cut and reveal it after like 3 months of working out. Dude, you gotta sacrifice more time than that. You have to think about the future. I'm a really future-oriented person, so I'm always thinking, you know, what's gonna be best for me in the long run? You don't wanna be thinking in days, you wanna be thinking in decades. Businesses that are the most successful, you know, have the CEOs that don't take a paycheck for the first 3 years that they're running it because they wanna put all the money back into the business. Highly recommend bulking for like 3 years. And I don't mean bulking isn't like, okay, it's all right, I'm gonna go have a Klondike bar because I'm bulking, I need the calories. It's like, no, you should still be eating clean. You can build muscle while losing weight, but you can build a whole lot of muscle while gaining weight if you do it proproperly. And if you wanna do it properly, I plugged it already too many times, so I'm not gonna plug it again. What's up?
Hi.
How you doing? Most definitely, I'll move out of your way. Sorry about that.
My dumb ass flexing trying to get a thumbnail while somebody else is waiting for a machine. It's the most meathead shit I could do. I gotta walk away to say this because I'm too embarrassed.
Getting lean feels so good. Like, you look good for the 30 minutes that you're in the gym, or the hour that you're in the gym when you have a pump. And my pump's starting to accumulate, so I'm excited. But then the other 23 hours of the day, you just kind of look a little bit flat. If you're looking at it from a bodybuilding perspective, when you're trying to lose weight really quickly and you're trying to lose fat really quickly, a lot of the times that you're not gonna be looking as good for the majority of the day until you get into the gym, is just what I'm trying to say, because you're gonna be so carb depleted. But for the people that are losing weight at like a regular pace and you're just doing, you know, 1 to 2 pounds at most per week, then you won't have this problem. What stretches do you do to help with heartburn? I honestly have no clue how to answer this question. I don't deal with heartburn at all, and I didn't know that. If I did, I'd probably just take like medicine. So hope that helps. Jackson. How should I balance lifting and running in a single split? That's a great question. I feel like a lot of people are doing the hybrid workouts nowadays. I'm not, because I can't run. Shout out the ACL. I don't really think that running will take too much of a hit for whatever strength gains or muscular gains you're trying to get, as long as you do your running and lifting separated. So do running in the morning and lifting at night, or lifting in the later afternoon, totally fine. Vice versa also works. If you're doing them too close together, or if you're running before you're lifting, then your gains will definitely take a hit. So just be conscious of that.
All right, we're gonna do a lateral raise machine now. This one's gonna put a little bit more constant tension on our side and front delts as opposed to the dumbbell, because the free weight has to act on gravity, so therefore you can't keep constant tension on, and it kind of disperses a little bit more. But when you do the machine, no problem with that. Constant tension on the delt the entire time, especially if you flare your lats like how I just did. Manually flare your lats. I know you get a smaller range of motion. You miss out on this initial range of motion right here, but you get the other 85%, and it's way more beneficial. In my opinion, I just feel a lot more of a contraction, and I feel a better mind muscle connection. And mind muscle connection isn't the #1 indicator of growth. Mechanical tension is. However, if you have a further mind muscle connection and you feel a lot better of a pump, something's got to be working, right? Any tips on dating? Wow. You have come to the wrong channel, Joey. Just kidding. I actually think I give pretty good advice when it comes to dating, because I think a lot logically. Unfortunately, I was thinking about this the other day. Thinking about relationships from a logical way just doesn't really work. It's more of an emotional sense, in my opinion. Even if, let's say, girl A has, maybe she's more intelligent, maybe she's more beautiful, maybe she is funnier, maybe you like hanging out with her more, and she's more goal-oriented. Maybe she has all of those 5 things, and those are like the 5 most important things in your book about what you want from a girl. But let's say girl B, on the other hand, is way more feminine, or thinks about you and sends you thoughtful texts throughout the day, which girl A has never once done in her life. Even though girl A on paper looks a whole lot better, that one little emotional attachment that you have to girl B could be enough to throw it off and have you thinking about girl B for the rest of your life while you're attached to girl A. So all I'm saying is, unfortunately, you can't look at relationships from a logical perspective. As much as I like to break things down and problem solve that way, that's not how the heart works. The heart wants what the heart wants. So at a certain point, you're just gonna have to kind of figure it out for yourself, because everybody has their own problems. So I can give you definitely relationship advice if you give me your certain problem, but if you just ask for relationship advice in general, then that's almost impossible for anybody to answer. And if they can give you a straightforward answer on what you should be doing about a girl, they're most likely giving you BS information, because you have to make that decision on your own. It's always gonna come down to you as your own man, or you as your own woman. Here's pretty good, decent general dating advice. If you don't envision yourself ever marrying a girl or a guy, don't keep dating them. I don't know why people do that. They're like, oh, but it's fun for now. It's like, why are you wasting your time for now? The only time I would ever really recommend doing a higher volume over higher intensity is if you are a less experienced lifter, meaning that you do not really know how to properly have a higher intensity. Like if you think you're going to failure, but in reality you're leaving 2 or 3 reps in the tank because you stop short when you feel that burning sensation, you're not really pushing yourself with the intensity. You just might think you are, which is happening more subconsciously, and it's not your fault. It's just a part of every beginner lifter. They think they're going hard in the gym when in reality they're just kind of wussing out a lot of the times. The only other time is if you're rehabbing an injury. So just one of those two. Maybe choose volume, but if you don't have a problem with the other two, definitely go for intensity. It's gonna give you better results. Next question. You're so hot. Next question. Can you impregnate me? These aren't questions, guys. Come on, we gotta know this shit. How to have more confidence going into the gym for the first time. Wow, an actual question. I love this. You're not gonna have confidence, no matter what you do. A big lie that a lot of people believe is that confidence is shouting affirmations in the mirror, puffing your chest up, putting on your best fit, and telling yourself you're the shit. That's not confidence. That's fake confidence. That's you trying to lie to yourself and pretend that you're somebody you're not. Unfortunately, when you go into the gym for the first time, or in fact, when you do anything for the first time, you're never gonna be able to be confident. Confidence to me is having a stack of undeniable proof that you are the man who you are. I know that I can get you results to lose weight because I've done it with 100 other clients. I have confidence now. When I had my very first coaching client, I did not have confidence. The only thing I had was I had 6 years of lifting experience and thought that I could do the exact same that I did for me and it would work for him, and it ended up working out, which is great. But then as you accumulate more clients over time, you build up more confidence just because you know that you're the shit. You know that you can do what you say you've done because you've done it 100 times. It's the same thing when you go into the gym. When you go into the gym for the first time, you're not gonna have any confidence because you haven't done it before. You can lie to yourself and pretend that you're confident, but in reality, you are gonna be thinking, oh shit, is everybody looking at me? Am I doing this exercise weird? You have all these little subconscious worries, or maybe they're even conscious worries, and you're not gonna be able to escape them, unfortunately. But you know what you can do? Find somebody that you know who can, or who has the confidence to go into the gym and tell you what to do, or hire a coach, go in with a friend, and just have them show you what to do, because that's gonna be able to actually give you the confidence that you need, because they can kind of put to ease some of your worries, and have it be someone that's a little bit you're more comfortable with. My dad was one of the first people that I lifted with, and he was always able to tell me, this is right, this is wrong. And although at the time, looking back on it, he didn't have the best advice, at least he had general good advice to give me.
How do you stay so consistent and not let stuff get in your way? I don't let stuff get in my way because I prioritize my other stuff so that it couldn't even get in the way. I'm a very routine oriented person, so like I know that I'm gonna get the workout in because I get it in before I have to do other really important stuff. For example, if I have like a ton of client calls someday, I'm going to go to the gym before those calls start so that no matter what, if something comes up with the client, they need to push a call back, and then I can always have the ability to kind of move around my times because I already got the workout out of the way. Consistency is all about prioritization. You can be consistent because you set yourself up for success. If you want to lose weight and you want to stick to a meal plan, meal prep every Sunday. Set aside 45 minutes, have your favorite podcast ready so that it's a little bit easier for you to do it during the meantime. You know, you're going to be a little bit more enjoyable while it's meal prepping if you're listening to something you like. Save that podcast, meal prep, you're good for the week. It's harder for you to be consistent if, you know, at the end of the day, you're absolutely tired and you're like, oh shit, I don't know what to make for this meal because I don't have a meal plan, but I need to hit 75 grams of protein and I have to stay under 600 calories. How am I going to do this? That's hard to be consistent. Set yourself up for success and think ahead of time. I'm going to be using the cable machine, just taking regular D handles, put them on them, and then you're just going to lean forward and row upwards with your rear delts. It's gonna be a little bit different than fly motion, but I find it to be a little bit more optimal for pulling and using my rear delts. Now the key with this is to go a little bit lighter on the weight because a lot of the times other back muscles will get incorporated to try to help you assist the rowing motion, and they'll kind of overtake the rear delts priority on pulling. Make sure that you're not going too heavy with these. I prefer the like 10 to 12 rep range, honestly, and that's usually a lot lighter than I usually go, but rear delts, I think of them as a little bit more of a special muscle group. I'm not gonna lie, throughout the day, I usually feel great, even though I've lost 17 pounds in under 60 days. I don't really have any problems with energy or sleep or stress, which is great. I've been monitoring that a lot better and keeping myself a little bit more controlled with those aspects. The only time I really do feel horrible, sorry, it's a little bit of exaggeration. The only time I feel a little bit more lethargic is whenever I'm in the gym and I'm recording because I have to get 3 different angles for every single exercise. On top of that, I'm also talking a lot in between sets, so my pump isn't gonna stay here the entire time. Every day above ground is a great day. Shout out Pipple, shout out Evan for making me remember that was a Pipple line. Flashback to that. What is your favorite brand? Squidhaus.com, baby. Code lildirk. How big do you want to get ultimately? Will you ever be just maintaining? Yes. In fact, content drops off when I bulk because I don't think I look as good, and content drops off when I get too lean because I don't feel too good. Once I find a good leanness that I like, probably around 210 pounds, maybe a smidge under there, if that at all, but probably not, then I will be maintaining, and I'll probably maintain for a while. Did you ever lose interest in working out before? And if so, how did you gain that interest back? I took steroids, just like Alex Eubank, just kidding. Yeah, there's definitely dry spells where I don't really feel like coming into the gym, but the discipline is always there to make you want to come into the gym because you know that you'll get the results. So if I have too long of a dry spell where I'm like, man, I just don't want to go work out, the best thing that you could do is probably take a week off, and then you'll remember how much you missed it, and then you can go back. Are Zins in the gym optimal for focus? Shout out Derek Hasselhoff. That's a funny ass question. Derek's actually one of my editors. Shout out, bro. Honestly, I heard there's a couple of really big influencers and actual business moguls that use Zins or nicotine to help them stay focused and suppress their appetite. It works for you, it works for you. Me personally, I've never taken nicotine, so I don't want to speak on the issue. Make sure you're not extending your elbow. You want to keep that exact same angle throughout the entire range of motion. And just focus on pulling with that rear delt. Letting your arm come fully across your body. Shout out to all the people that gave me questions. Really needed these to get through today's workout. It's a little bit tiring. Also, I hope y'all like the solo lifts too. Obviously, there's not as much banter since it's just me yapping, but I feel like it's a little bit more informative. Come on, 3 more. The only exercise that really doesn't bother my elbow is going to be crossbody cable extensions, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go lighter weight just because, again, I have a bitch elbow. I'm going to put a pad on and we'll be going elbow wrap. I can't believe I just said, as a fully grown man, that I'm going to put a pad on.
So when you do this, make sure that you're extending and then pulling back even a little bit more. This is gonna help you get a deeper contraction in your tricep.
You have no idea how humbling it is having to
work on an injured muscle group and having to go super light and then having to do the same amount of reps on the other side. It's like I literally don't even go to mild discomfort. I go to like easy because I can only do like 8 or 9 reps on this side before it really starts to hurt. And then I gotta do 8 or 9 on the other side.
All right, abs and posing. Let's go. All right, moving on to abs. We're gonna do 2 sets of 2 different exercises. I'm gonna show you them really quick, and then we'll hit posing. I've been doing this ab training method for like the past 2 years. The best thing for efficiency when it comes to growing your abs. Technically, if you have enough muscle, you can literally reveal your abs without doing any ab exercises. But in my opinion, you want your abs to pop, you should definitely still train core. 2 exercises, 2 sets per exercise, 2 times a week. That's how I train abs. It's worked for me during my bulk, works for me during my cut, works for me whenever. The only parameters to this is you have to make sure that you're choosing 2 functional movements that you can get stronger with. Work your abs in a full range of motion so you can get that full stretch. It should be a total core movement, and at least one of them should be like a weighted exercise so you can focus on getting a lot stronger, like progressive overloading, just like any other muscle group. If you like to do circus style training, that's totally fine, but in my opinion, it's never gonna be as good as progressive overloading and getting stronger on 2 functional movements. Perfect example of how your mind quits before your body does. For some reason, I told myself, oh, I'll get 1 more. I got that 1 more, and I was like, oh, that was a good set. Knowing damn well I had more in me. Let's get a physique update. Once I lose another 7-10 pounds, we'll be really lean again and it'll look a lot better. But right now, a little bit of striations, you can see them coming in. Got a lot of work to do, but I mean, it's not horrible. Back abs are still there. All right, y'all, appreciate y'all for watching. This is gonna throw a wrap on the YouTube video. Finished out the workout. I hope y'all enjoyed. Obviously, we got a long way to go on this cut. I need another 7 more pounds, but down 17 in 2 months. I mean, we're really getting there really fast. Fat's dropping. Energy is starting to drop in these YouTube videos, but I'm gonna keep pumping them out. I mean, we're doing good for October. I've dropped like 6 vlogs this month, so I hope y'all enjoy them. If you do, make sure you drop a like, and it incentivizes me to put out more, and hopefully we can grow this channel together. I read every comment, by the way, every single comment. If you comment something, I will check it out. Drop a comment, anything you want to see next. If you have any questions, I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.